So right now I'm sitting in the ghost blind, and I've set this up in the backyard because I really want to get some good footage of the 2 bucks that we have coming here into the yard. This time last year there were 5 bucks, and now we're down to 2. I know that my neighbor took a buck last year. Maybe some of you guys saw that video from last season. So now we're down to 2. I'm not sure what happened to the other ones. They may have been shot, hit by a car, you never know. So we're down to 2 and have not come up with any names yet. I'm not sure I'll have time for that because I have a hard time finding names, but I have put the ghost blind down here in the yard. I don't know if I'm going to be hunting right here, but I definitely want to get as close as possible to where they're coming out because I want to get some legit footage of these animals on the camera, and so that's the main purpose for having this out here. I still have a deer stand over on the other side of the yard that I plan to hunt out of, especially bow opener, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm just really trying to get a lot of the groundwork done, get it ready, get everything prepped, and make sure I have everything as far as equipment and just tracking these deer day in and day out. Of course, their patterns are going to change, and so far their patterns have already changed from just a few weeks ago. So
I went back there. Look, Mom, I see the deer's footprint.
Attacked by mosquitoes. Alright guys, today is Thursday. Bow season comes in Saturday morning. I'm not quite sure what the weather is gonna be for Saturday morning, but I'm just doing a little bit more prep work here at the house because this is my primary place of hunting this year. Lots of things have changed over the course of the year from past season, and so I'm just doing a lot more hunting here at the house, and hopefully you guys will get to meet my friends over at the Ridge because we've been doing a little bit of scout work and camera work and different stuff like that. If you guys haven't already subscribed to Rock House Mountain, make sure you go over there and do that. They've already got a bear video up that you guys might want to see because it's a great video. Yeah, doing a lot of prep work as usual. I'm so ready to get out there. This week has been, and for everybody, this week has been awful. I think that most of us, if not all of us, are mourning some different things, and so for me this weekend is hopefully going to be a breath of fresh air, getting out into the woods, doing what I love, and I'm just really looking forward to just sitting in a tree stand if nothing else. We did have another buck come in the yard last night, so that's exciting. We now have 3 bucks. He is a smaller buck. I'll post this picture here. Is a smaller buck, and I do believe that we saw him last year. He kind of hangs out with himself typically, so he's back. He's grown just a wee bit from last year. I don't know if I can find any old photos of him, but I know that I had him last year on camera, so we're gonna get going. Make sure you guys check out my merch on my Linktree. These shirts are for sale. They definitely 100% support my YouTube channel, so if you want to make a purchase, I would really appreciate it. I'd be grateful for it, and want to say thank you to the ones that already have. Anyways, let's get to the hunting because I know that's what we're all looking for.
think the world is waking up right now, and so it's getting louder and louder outside, which gives me more of the ability to talk. Yeah, I cannot believe how close I got this week to that doe. It was a pretty good sized doe, too. She eats out here a lot by herself, but that buck was in there as well. She could be behind me right now. I guess we'll wait it out and see if anything wants to pop out.
An interesting morning, to say the least. I got up this morning about, I want to say it was about 4:30, but I didn't get out into the deer stand until about 5:15ish, which was a little late. By the time I was waking up, I was checking the camera down here at the bottom food plot, and there were the two bigger bucks were already down in the food plot eating, which is about normal for them about 4:30. So I figured while they're in the food plot, I'll just keep track of them and watch them as I go climbing the deer stand over here. Well, while I was watching them, worried about them, up here at the top food plot, there were some does. And so I got skunked. They blew, took off. I think it might have been just a couple of them. I don't even know. But it was so dark, it was hard to tell. You know what I mean? So got in the deer stand. A few minutes later, there was a doe and a buck. The buck was coming up. I don't know which buck it was. I think it was a smaller buck, but I'm not quite sure. He was up in the food plot eating, and then the doe had actually come right in front of me in the deer stand. She was probably 10 yards from me. So I was stealth mode, completely still, trying not to make a move or even blink. It wasn't even shooting light technically, so it was still pretty dark. I could see the shadows of the deer, but you could tell how close she was. And she was, after I ranged it, she was between 10 and 13 yards in front of me. So, and then the buck went in, she went in. A few minutes later, There were, down here at the bottom food plot, there was a bunch of doe hanging out, and then I could see them coming up the hill. So they came up here, and then they were just all over. I looked behind me, there were 4 or 5 small deer coming up behind me, coming up the hill. So I was covered up this morning, completely covered up, which makes me happy. Even though I didn't shoot anything, I don't care. I just like to watch these animals. And also I had my dog. She tracked me down, and the deer couldn't even sniff me out, but she did. And so she stood in front of the deer stand for a hot minute and watched over her mother. But she then decided to go back to the house. So interesting morning. It's been a good morning. It was a little chilly. I probably should have wore a coat over top of this shirt. So next time I'm definitely gonna wear a coat. But great morning. All right, guys, tomorrow I'm headed over to the ridge to hunt for the first time ever, and I'm hoping to take you guys along with me. Hopefully it works out, but I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the season, because hopefully it's gonna be a good one.